Envision yourself driving through the scorching Moroccan desert. Suddenly your car breaks down, and the closest village is 20 miles away. How would you react? Would you succumb to panic? Or would you embark on a perilous endeavor of converting your car into a motorcycle, knowing that it could potentially cost you your life? Allow me to introduce Emile Loray, the mechanical wizard who undertook exactly that. Sometimes in extreme survival situations, our capabilities can surpass our imagination. In 1993, an adventurous French electrician named Emile Loray embarked on a journey to Africa, specifically crossing the Moroccan desert from Tantan in the north, using a specially prepared Citroën 2 CV car. However, fate had different plans for him as his steel camel let him down at the worst possible time. Despite warnings from soldiers about a conflict area ahead, Emile chose to proceed, only to encounter a disastrous event in the desert. After leaving Tantan, soldiers halted Emile and advised him of the risks in the region between Morocco and Western Sahara. Unfortunately, he disregarded their warning and continued on his own path. Although he initially turned back, as soon as he was out of sight, he veered towards the rocky desert, hoping to circumvent the blocked area. Unbeknownst to him, a hidden stone caused his car to crash, damaging the wing spar and folding the suspension arm. Emile faced a difficult decision. Should he abandon his beloved car and venture back on foot or find a way to survive with it? Taking into account the dangers of the desert, Emile decided to stay put and salvage his situation. Drawing from his previous experience in transforming cars into motorcycles, he realized he needed to be meticulous in his calculations to avoid being stranded without water or food. With a well-stocked supply of water and food for 10 days, Emile decided to convert the car into a motorcycle, using the car's transmission and engine as the core components. Lacking specialized tools or welding equipment, he ingeniously used simple techniques such as bending and punching holes in the metal parts. Emile used the car's frame as a shelter against the harsh desert conditions and began his work the following morning. While the scorching sun and sandstorms posed challenges, he persisted. His resourcefulness allowed him to assemble the motorcycle using the twisted metal parts and strategic placement of the battery, fuel tank, steering wheel, and luggage. The drive gear presented the greatest hurdle since he had no chains or additional gears. Emile ingeniously used the left brake drum against the motorcycle's rear wheel, relying on friction to rotate it. Emile's goal was to reach a populated area, prioritizing durability and functionality over comfort. Over 12 days in the desert, armed only with basic tools and materials, he successfully constructed a unique and functional motorcycle. Although he faced initial setbacks and a lack of drilling or welding tools, he persevered. With limited supplies and an unconventional vehicle, he set out, relying on his feet to brake since the motorcycle had no brakes. After a tiring journey, he reached a road where he encountered a patrol. Exhausted and awakened by the patrol the next morning, Emile had to explain his remarkable feat of transforming a car into a motorcycle. Initially met with suspicion, the mechanical wonder was placed under armed guard, his camera confiscated, and a search conducted to locate the remnants of his car. After the car's remains were found, Emile's story was no longer deemed espionage, but rather a technical complaint. He was fined for the mismatched documentation, paying a fine of 4,500 drams. Eventually, the motorcycle was returned to him, and Emile continued his adventures. Months later, Emile disassembled another car of the same model and retrieved the pieces left behind in Morocco. His story gained recognition when it surfaced on a motorcycle website several years ago. Now at 70 years old, Emile, also known as the Steel Camel, resides in northwest France, where he continues to remake Citroëns into incredible transport devices. His extraordinary engineering skills and unwavering durability have earned him the title of the Steel Camel. Although he leads a joyful life, Emile's motorcycle and the restored Citroën 2 CV remain safely stored in his backyard, serving as captivating stories for his grandchildren. Emile's determination to survive in extreme situations, coupled with his diverse skill set, ensures that he never falters. His resourcefulness and ingenuity continue to impress and amaze those who hear his story. Stories like Emil's demonstrate the remarkable capabilities and creativity that individuals can display in dire circumstances. His ability to transform a broken car into a functional motorcycle using limited resources and basic tools is truly inspiring. What are your thoughts on this incredible tale?